Hi, I'm Dr. Parks, and today I'm answering a question from Olivia. Olivia writes that her friend told her that stress could be causing her weight issues. She wants to know if that is true and how stress could cause her to gain weight. Well, Olivia, I have an explanation for you, and I'll be right back. So, Olivia, stress is definitely one of those things that can cause you to gain weight. The reason for this is that when you are under a lot of stress, whether it's physical or emotional stress, you can actually increase the hormone cortisol. Now, your body has a stress response mechanism that is managed by your adrenal glands. So, your adrenal glands are these tiny little glands that are on top of your kidneys, and they are responsible for making cortisol, which is the stress hormone. It really helps your body adapt to stressful situations and stressful times. This is an absolutely necessary hormone because it's there to essentially save your life if you're in a really rough, stressful situation. And so it changes all those things in your body so that you can adapt and basically save your life. Back, in prehistoric times, like the biggest threat to our survival was either starvation or, I guess being attacked by animals, because this was back when people, there were cavemen and you were living with animals, lions and bears and other things like that. So the stress response was developed so that if you were attacked, you can fight. You've ever heard of them? People say, it's a fight or flight mechanism when they're talking about the stress response. And that's what that is. So your body is amazing. It releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone that allows you to increase your blood pressure, increase your circulation. It actually helps release sugar so that you can, basically have fuel for your muscles. So in a life or death situation, you're able to get away. And if it's like a starvation situation, basically again, you release sugar, your brain is alert, you have lots of circulation, so you can go out there and hunt and gather and find food so you don't starve to death. So the stress response is a really necessary response for us to have. The problem is we now live in a day and age where stress is just normal. It's everywhere, every day, and we don't ever turn it off. Like you turn on, the TV, for instance, you hear about all these horrible things happening around the world and even in our own communities, and that's stressful. We have to go to work and there are deadlines to meet and there are meetings and things that you have to do. That gives you a lot of stress. If you're in school, you have homework, you have classwork, you have projects. If you have a family, you have to, take care of them. You have to manage your schedule. You have to manage your finances. You have to manage everything. You have to be everywhere and do everything. And there's so much pressure to perform and do the right thing and make sure that everything is okay, that we just live in a chaotic, stressful situation, stressful society all the time. Now, our bodies were not designed to deal with a continuous stream of stress. The stress response was really just developed so that we can get out of danger and save our lives or find food if we have to. It was not developed for us to, read an email and get stressed out, which is what happens a lot in our everyday lives. So the adrenal glands over time just get really burnt out, really tired, and they get stuck in this pattern where they're just always creating this hormone cortisol. And that is really the situation that allows for weight gain, because cortisol is a hormone that stores fat. Think about it. If one of the biggest threats to survival back then was starvation, cortisol's job is to actually make sure that it stores fat around your organs. This is what we call visceral fat. It's fat around your heart, your liver, and your kidneys, because these organs are your vital organs and you can't allow for them to starve. So the fat around those organs kind of feed those organs in times of starvation. The cortisol also allows you to pile on not just internal body fat, but body fat on your arms, your legs, your abdomen, so around your waist, around your belly button, if you're putting on weight around there, a lot of times it's stress rate. And that's because that hormone's job is to make sure that you don't starve um, in 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 situations like where starvation is an issue. The problem is we don't live in a society where starvation is an issue. We have food. The problem is we have too much food. And so when cortisol ticks up, a lot of times our appetite can tick up and we want to eat. So that's another reason why cortisol can cause you to gain weight. A lot of people, when they get stressed out, they want to eat. And what do you want to eat? Sugar, because cortisol also causes a rise in the hormone insulin, which drops your blood sugar. So when you're under a lot of stress, you actually reach for more sugar-containing foods. So it's a double whammy, because insulin also prevents your body from burning fat. So when insulin is high, fat burning is really low. So if cortisol is high, cortisol makes insulin high. Cortisol is storing fat. Insulin is preventing you from burning fat. And if you are very hormone sensitive, unfortunately, stress can cause you to gain a lot of weight. Now, I've noticed that diabetes and heart disease are also linked to chronic stress because of the sugar response with chronic stress and the way cortisol works in the body. So in order for you to not feel so stressed, you're going to have to heal those adrenals and really take a step back and try to make sure that you're not under daily stress. And I have made a handout that gives you some tips to heal your adrenals. And that is the first step to getting to a better place and not feeling so stressed all the time, and giving your body a chance to lower the levels of these hormones so you can burn and release fat. Now, if you want this handout, just go to my website, drparks.com/adrenals. There you can download the handout for free and follow these steps to healing your adrenals. Until next time, remember, when you have health questions, ask Dr. Parks.